Hey everyone, it's the Diplomat coming to you from the USA, and we are on part 16 of the Chris Watts Discovery read-through. We last finished on page 288 where we covered various call logs from the police. There's going to be more of that coming up, so we'll go through these next bunch of pages a little quickly. I'm going to read mainly the contacts and comments. A number of them are repeats from before, so we'll try to get through as quickly as we can and onto some new things. So 289 is all officer badge numbers, time and date stamps, and codes. If you'd like to come back and revisit this for any reason, you can do so. Page 289, 290, and 291. And there's also a list of responding officers. This will just give you a good idea of all the different officers that were involved, especially in the beginning. We have Boyer, Simmons, Scarlett, Bakes, Albert, Walsh, Dole, Herbert, Coonrod, Goodman, Davies, Manley, Perez, James, and Lyons. So certainly kudos to them for all their hard work. Alright, we'll keep going down. The one other thing here is wrecker history. It's that's the tow trucking company, Brad, which there's some transactions here regarding Shanann's white Lexus. So page 293, it's the start of these call detail reports, and received by M. Patterson. So on page 295 is where these comments start. It says reference Shanann Watts, RP. The RP in here is Cindy, her friend. RP spoke with FE 988 earlier and has more information for him. Phone contact. We'll keep going down to page 296. Received by Steinhauer. This is Marcy is the RP. RP was at the Walmart in Longmont on Ken Pratt around lunchtime and saw the missing woman from Frederick from Facebook. She was in the checkout with the two small children buying booster seats and a potty chair. She was in the first south checkout line, and other than the kids, by herself, older daughter was in the front of the cart, and the younger one was inside the cart in pajamas, and both had headphones on. Phone contact. Keep going, 297, mostly blank. 298, we have received by Harris, and this is contact Louisa. Reference CWB case. RP is the cousin to the missing female, requests a phone call from a detective. She would like more info about the situation and would like to provide some to the detective as well. So some of this, again, is repeat for those that have been listening to all the videos, but if you're a first-time listener, then I want to make sure you still hear these as we go through page by page. We have next by Harris on page 300. And we have a number of just radio logs with all different codes. And on page 301 we have comments. Requesting hourly status checks. August 15th, 1:50. We have Tara. Came across info she wanted to share with FEPD referencing missing person in the Denver Mamas group. She was requesting info on a weekend getaway. Link and screenshot sent to FE Facebook page. August 15th, 5:14 a.m. Shanann's mother requesting a call. So there's a fair amount of the family having to call and be kept updated. 5:26 FE 987 advised. I don't know if that means that they got back to them at that point. Moving to 6:51 a.m. on August 15th, we have RP is psychic and says the missing woman is speaking to her. RP believes she is deceased, but it is possible that the girls are still alive. RP asked if a recycle-type plant is close to this house. Said the woman used the word recycle as being said over and over, getting images of an open field possibly behind the woman's home. Also seeing blue barrels / 55-gallon drums. Also seeing two males in overalls, unknown what type. On August 15, 6:56, Sandra Rusak saying she is the mother of Shanann. Sandra lives in North Carolina and wants some answers now from an officer. RP said she even called the FBI this morning. Okay, continuing down, we have August 15, 7:58. Tammy Lee with CBI, currently at FEPD lobby, needs let in for briefing. Go, Tammy. Do your thing. Alright, the next information is actually, I won't read, it's inadvertently logged in this case, and it was actually for a different case. So, because it actually says disregard those comments down here on page 302. We have responding officers listed here, Albert, Walsh, and Perez. And we're going on to 301. We have Deanna as the contact. Comments. Reference case number, RP is psychic, and says, okay, this is a complete repeat of that one above the psychic, so we will skip. Down to 304 is blank mainly. 305 is contact Jake. RP has video footage. He wants FEPD to check out, referencing the missing female and the kid. She may have been in the store on the 14th of August. RP has Officer James's card. So this is with asset protection. Next page is mainly blank, 306. Then 307, we have a contact Veronica, needs to speak to coroner about case number, about the Watts case. Coroner paged. Then ME16 acknowledged page. With 308, contact Taylor. Reference case number, RP close friend of the family, and wanted to know if officers have any questions for her. Page 309, mostly blank. 310, we have Zach from Flatirons HD Ultrasound. Comments. RP works at the ultrasound clinic and has some medical information for investigators. Would like to contact by phone. And then at 11:13 a.m., another RP referenced this address. Laura wants to see about getting the memorial items that are here moved to somewhere on the driveway. Current location has them getting wet from sprinklers. 11:27 on August 17th. Spoke to both RPs. Family will decide to move memorial or not, and will try and turn water on when the items are moved. If they move them... Oh, just if they move them. Page 311, mostly blank. 312, contact is Laura. Comments are for FE986, referring RP will proceed with moving the memorial and should be done by 14:30. Sprinklers can be turned on then. Okay, page 13, mostly blank. Page 314, we have contact Nathan, which is Nana, the neighbor. And going down to 315, there's a lot of logs here. Okay, bottom of 315 has comments. RP lives next door. 3 people inside the house, 1 camera person, male with suit. RP doesn't think they are supposed to be in the house. RP spoke with the parents of the female that was involved in the incident, and they weren't aware that anyone was supposed to be in the house. RP states there is a lot of media around, and he couldn't answer any more questions. RP stated the people that were in the house are going all throughout the house. Forensic investigators for the defense. See supplemental, I guess, for original case. Forensic investigators for defense. So that was when the defense team was at the house. But that's good. Nate was keeping a strong watch, obviously, if he called about that. So good job for him. He kept going. Okay, then we have more codes. Responding officers: Howe, Lambert, Davies, Manley, and Ross. For August 17. We'll go on to page 317. We have Jamie from Fox News requesting to speak with Watch Commander in reference to the case. Page 318 is mostly blank. Page 319, we have no contact listed there. We have more dispatcher names and codes. Comments are collected evidence from Longmont PD that were drying. Booked into evidence at FEPD. That was received by Risavi. I guess that's the officer's name. Next, 320. Some more codes. We have responding officers listed as Coonrod. Page 321. We have a contact Mike on August 22nd. And the comments are FE986 to call referring items that were dumped at 6507 Black Mesa Road. Contact RP by phone. FE986 was advised, and driver takes all trash to Erie dump site, dumped on top area on Tuesday. If you have more information about any of this, that would be great. I'm very interested about what the items were that were dumped that specifically are being called about. So if you know more, please comment there. I would appreciate it. Okay, next page, 322, we have Responding Officer Manley listed here. Go down to page 323. Contact is Vica, V-I-C-A, /Falcon. I don't know if that's a company name, but we have comments. Needs an FRE officer to call her WCEL. Call her cell. Just a typo. Responding officer listed down here is James. And that finishes up those dispatcher logs and such. So I know we went through them quickly. I tried to read all the main comments there. And again, if you want more detail, you can go back separately. On page 324, we have Weld County Regional Communications Center. So here's an electronic communication all from August 14th. Just seems like some random comments here. From Ollinger, we have I can take the cold Berg now, B-U-R-G. Patterson, okay, thanks. Cat Lines, good morning. All units attached to 295L will be on foot. K9 track. No need for status checks and no need for a clear channel. Thanks. Patterson, okay, thanks. Grigori, my hold is for a a supervisor. So I don't know that those mean all that much or are related to one another. But okay, on page 325 we have Greeley Weld County of Criminal Justice Records, application for release of criminal justice records. So the person requesting is Kathy Holscher, and this is on August 24th, and it's for Frederick PD. So there's some different, it's like a form. So the agency listed as other, and then Frederick PD. Checked off is E911, or E911. And then checked off is radio traffic, and then in parentheses for felony case, date August 13th, time 13:36, location 2025 Saratoga. Defendant Watts, his date of birth, checked off is felony. Comments. Initial call came in on 8/13. There may be subsequent communications in relation to this call. We are requesting any and all of those communications and or calls. Recording retrieved. Crossed off or checked off here is recordings moved to folder. Completed by dispatcher Crystal. Comments included multiple follow-up calls / radio traffic for the following incident numbers and agency cases, and then it just lists a number of those. Okay, going down to page 326 is pretty much blank there. Okay, so on Discovery page 327, we have a pretty long list of different documents and their names. So I will read the document type, the document date, and the title. So I'll try to keep away from last names as best I can. Sometimes that's a little difficult. So here we go. Collected item log. August 20th, evidence entry, recorded interview of mistress's name. FD302, August 20th, interview of Ronnie Watts. Both digital and physical attachment, Ronnie Watts interview notes. FD302, August 21st, interview of John Tuckwiller. Digital attachment, August 21st, John Tuckwiller notes. Both digital and physical attachment, August 21st, CBI notes. FD302, August 21st, on-scene review of Netgear 900 router. The next four are pictures on August 21st, Then the next 6 digital attachments are screenshots that are on August 21st. All of those screenshots are from August 15th, and the 4 pictures before that, it's hard to tell. Next digital attachment, August 21st, router log 01.txt. Digital attachment, August 21st, WNDR 4500 space UM, and I believe that date is July 8th, 2012. FD302, August 21st, interview of Troy. That's the coworker. Both digital and physical attachment, Troy's notes. Digital attachment, August 21st, Troy's notes follow-up. Physical attachment cover sheet, August 21st, and then title, that's all just letters and numbers. Then the next 3 are JPEGs, pictures, digital attachments from August 21st. We have FD302, August 21st, interview of Luke. It's also a coworker. Both digital and physical attachment, August 21st. We have Luke's notes. Physical attachment cover sheet, August 21st, and then a long name here of numbers. FD302, 821. We have interview of Melissa. That's also a coworker. Digital attachment, August 21st. Melissa's notes. Both digital and physical attachment, August 21st. Melissa's just her name and a date PDF. FD302, August 22nd, interview of Amanda. Physical attachment cover sheet, August 22nd, long name there. FD302, August 22nd, interview of Nicholas. I believe these are all coworkers. Physical attachment cover sheet, August 22nd, long name there. FD302, August 27th, interview of mistress's name. Both digital and physical attachment, mistress's name with a date, PDF. Then we have another physical attachment cover sheet on August 27th. We have an FD302 on August 27th, interview of Chad, also works with Chris. Both digital and physical attachment, August 27th, Chad's notes. And then we have 4 JPEG pictures as digital attachments, August 27th. So there's a fair amount of other information here. There's a couple other columns and such. And so they are links here, but if you click them, they don't actually work. They might have been submitted to evidence.com. But that's a nice list of everything they have with regards to a lot of those interviews and such. So going down to page 328, we have FBI investigation collected item log, and that is interview of mistress's name, approved by Sanset and drafted by Philip Jones. So, I need to zoom back in here now. Recorded interview of mistress's name, it says in brackets, protect identity. On August 15, 2018, item type, recorded interview, collected on August 15th, 5:36 p.m., collected by Philip Jones. Non-custodial interview, media type, digital disc, original type, original. Surveillance start, August 15th, surveillance end, August 15th. Okay. Going down to page 329, FBI, we have Ronnie Watts' summary of an interview. So we have his name, some redacted information. Spring Lake, North Carolina, was interviewed at the Frederick Police Department. After being advised of the identity of the interviewing agent and the nature of the interview, Watts provided the following information. Note: the below is an interview summary. It is not intended to be a verbatim account and does not memorialize all statements made during the interview. Communications by the parties in the interview room were electronically recorded. The recording captures the actual words spoken. The recording of this interview is maintained within the Frederick Police Department case file. Watts was notified by his son, Christopher Watts, on Monday, August 13th, that Chris's wife and 2 young daughters were missing. Chris was unsure where they went and or where they were currently located. Chris advised Watts that his wife did not take her cellular phone, purse, and vehicle. Chris thought his wife and children may have went to stay with a friend, but Chris did not tell Watts who that friend was. And when it says Watts, that's Ronnie. Chris advised Watts that he and his wife had a separation discussion prior to Chris going to work on Monday. Watts arrived to assist Chris in his search for his wife and children on Wednesday, August 15th. Watts arrived at DIA around 9:15 to 9:20 and was picked up by Chris. Watts advised that Chris and his wife had met in North Carolina and were married there. They moved to Colorado approximately 7 or 8 years ago. Chris and Shanann have 2 daughters, Bella and Cece, as well as a baby on the way. Shanann recently visited North Carolina with her children for approximately 6 weeks to see family and friends. Chris met them for approximately 1 week during the last portion of the visit. Shanann stayed with Watts and his wife at their residence during the first part of the visit. During the second week, Shanann and Watts' wife had a blowout, and Shanann left with the children to stay at her parents' house. Watts described the argument between Shanann and his wife as a disagreement over dealing with the children. After Shanann and the children left Watts' residence, Watts did not see them again for the remainder of the trip. And again, anytime I read Watts there, that's talking about Ronnie. I'm going to start just saying Ronnie instead of Watts so it's clear. Ronnie advised that Shanann went back to Colorado after the North Carolina visit for a day or two and then went on a business trip to Arizona for a conference. Shanann worked for Lavelle Thrive Nutrition as a salesperson. Shanann went on the business trip with her friend, Nicole. Shanann is very active online and has a lot of Facebook friends. Ronnie is unaware of any suspicious activity involving Shanann. Ronnie advised that Chris has one sister, Jamie, who lives in North Carolina. Chris works for Anadarko Petroleum as an oil and gas worker. Watts is unaware of any financial difficulties that Chris and Shanann were facing. Ronnie described Shanann as controlling, narcissistic, and possibly bipolar. Ronnie has not witnessed any verbal or physical altercations between Chris and Shanann. Ronnie is unaware of any threats made between Chris and Shanann. Ronnie feels that most of the issues between Shanann and Chris are caused by Shanann. Ronnie advised that Shanann has some physical health problems including lupus and spine issues. Ronnie is unaware of Shanann receiving any counseling or psychological treatment. I'm sorry, but that just pisses me off. Ronnie believes that Chris typically leaves for work around 5 to 5:30 and returns home around 4 to 5. Chris usually picks up the kids from daycare on his way home. Shanann typically drops the kids off at daycare in the morning. Ronnie believes that Chris and Shanann's house is currently for sale and that they have talked about getting separated. Chris and Shanann have no other relatives who reside in Colorado. Ronnie was unsure why Chris and Shanann moved to Colorado from North Carolina. Ronnie does not know where Shanann or her children may have gone. Ronnie could not provide any additional details regarding their location. Ronnie was very cooperative and amenable to future contact. Next is August 15th. This is the actual handwritten notes from Lair. So a lot of it is what was summarized above. So some notes in the corner. No other relatives in Colorado. Unknown reason why moved here. So I guess Ronnie didn't know why they moved. And second house in Colorado? Question mark. That's what it looks like it says. You could check that out on page 331, top right corner, in the handwritten notes. Some of these are very difficult to read. I'll do my best. Chris's son, date of birth. We have Chris called him Monday, 4:30 to 5 p.m. Appearing very upset. Wife gone. Wife and kids gone. Unknown as to where, I guess is what that means. Stayed with friend, didn't say who. And then we have has the phone and the car and such is still at the house. Separation discussion, couple weeks prior. 6 weeks visit in North Carolina. Shanann and Chris and kids came back 8-9, 8-10 question mark. The kids 7 or 8 years, North Carolina. Moved to Colorado. I think that's 7 or 8 years moved to Colorado. 2 kids and pregnant. Bella and Cece 1 or 2 days, and then to Arizona conference. Next, I can't really make out. Second week there was the blowout, credit card, taxi, limo, question mark, Lavelle, Thrive, nutrition company, full time, no SUSP activity, suspected activity, I suppose. Jamie's sister in North Carolina, Anadarko, and something I can't read. Then slash, she's doing well. Or maybe he's doing well? No, that's definitely she. Normal finances. Then this is where it says controlling, narcissistic, bipolar, question mark. Daycare, kids, 7 a.m. to 8. She drives. I guess someone, Chris maybe picks up. House for sale, question mark, separation, question mark. Next, I can't read what this is. Something maybe Instagram? I'm not sure. It has a date of 8/8, question mark. DIA at 9:15 to 9:20. That's when Ronnie arrived and Chris picked him up. And then I guess something about no problems of what we read before in the summary. Lupus is listed here. Another issue, maybe spine issue. No counseling, and it says no psych. So right away, Ronnie is just painting as negative a picture as he possibly can about Shanann in this interview, which is baffling. She's missing, the kids are missing, and you're sitting there painting a huge bad picture of her. Set that aside. Who cares about that? You gotta find them, especially for the kids. It's unbelievable to me. I just don't get it. I don't understand. So we're gonna end there for this one. I want everyone to sit and think a little bit about Ronnie and what this looks like up front right away. I mean, I get if you don't like somebody or whatever, but I'm just trying to put myself in his shoes. I find out my son's family has gone missing. I get on a plane to go out there to help. And when I get there, I sit down with a police officer. Now, these kids are missing. She left everything. It's very clear that there is a very strong possibility that she was taken and didn't just run off somewhere. In fact, it's almost certain. She wouldn't run off without money and medicine. So the first thing you do in your interview, or at least in the first interview, is you start telling people that she's controlling, she's a narcissist, and she is bipolar, and all the problems that are in the marriage are caused by Shanann. It sounds like a defense to me. It sounds like it was a defense. Why would he be setting up a defense right away? It's really, really sad that this is the treatment she got all along from this family. You don't have to like your kid's spouse, but you need to be civil with them, and you need to act like an adult. So much more deeper here than we can realize. Alright, well, we will continue next time on Discovery page 332. I thank you as always for listening. This is The Diplomat, and I hope you have a great day.